What's going on, people? Welcome to another video. This video is going to be about embracing failures, because I feel like this is an area of our lives which we may sometimes overlook, or we tend to take failures to heart when we can really learn valuable lessons from them. And being a dancer, it's all about failures, isn't it? In order to grow. So it's something that I'm trying to apply to all areas of my life so I can grow in it. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so obviously you know the drill, you know how I do things. An example of how I was failing in an area in my dance, innit? So a lot of people know, or a lot of my friends, they know how I struggled with floor work, yeah. Yeah, floor work is just not my, it's not my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea. Since I started actually trying to get better, floor work has been a no-go area, and a lot of people know that. But lately I've overcome that, and the way I did that was many failures. Many times I've just been failing on the floor. So for example, I would be training with my friends and I'd do a move and I'd be like, nah, it doesn't look good. And I'll try again, and this time I'll use my legs now on the floor, but it didn't look good, it didn't feel good, didn't it? But one thing I noticed is, as I carried on doing this in these training sessions, I started finding my own way, and it didn't look like what my friends were doing. Aiden and Shaq, shout out Aiden and Shaq. It didn't look like they're breakers, innit? They're b-boys, so it didn't look anything like them, but it was my own way. And through failures, I was able to find my own way of doing things, find myself, find my own natural way of moving on the floor, and I was able to overcome these obstacles and eventually find myself. But I still wasn't there. Again, kept on failing until I got to a place where I was relatively comfortable. But yeah, my point is that when I failed on the floor, I didn't take it to heart. The mentality was, even though I wasn't aware of it, but it was to just keep going and to not take the failures to heart. Because if I did take it to heart, I could have easily stopped there and been like, oh, I guess I'm not cut out for floor, which I did at some points. I did many times, but it's only now that I've realised that I did that subconsciously. But now I'm aware of it, and any blockades or failures that I may come through in my dance, I use it as a chance to grow and take something from whatever it is that I'm struggling with. Yeah. But then obviously, you know, I've got a life to live, so I'm thinking, how can I apply this kind of mindset or way of thinking to my life? And it applies to all areas of my life. So I'd say the most important one is job searching. Now it's kind of like a weird one to explain, but it's straightforward. Like job searching, you fail so many times to find different jobs. I must have failed like what? I can't count how many applications, but eventually I did find one. But yeah, getting rejected applications helped me build a CV that was actually me, and that actually sold me as a solid person, so that eventually I could find a job. So it's kind of similar to how, I failed so many times on the floor to actually find my natural way of movements, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I applied it in that area because I was aware at that point. This is like last year. But now the plan is to apply it in all areas. That could be like friendships, and can't really think of any examples. Relationships. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there because I can't really think of any. Okay, so coming up to my final point, there's a saying or a phrase that's often said, and I didn't understand it until now, and it says, "Don't let your failures define us. Don't let our failures define us." So we should define our failures. So, for example, how instead of being a failure at floor work or failing at trying to get better at floor work, I said, nah, I'm going to turn the failure of me not getting it into a positive. I'm going to learn something from failing from that. Or if I failed getting a job at the post office, I'll be like, okay, I failed that. How can I get a successful application? What can I change about my CV to get to succeed in getting a job elsewhere? And it's just taking it taking a failure and redefining it. So this isn't going to define me. I'm not a failure. I'm going to take that and learn from it. I think that's what I gathered, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. But real quick, in closing, I just want to say, yeah, we shouldn't let failures get to our heart, but we also shouldn't let successes get to our head, because that can be dangerous, man. You know, you can fail. Obviously, failure is part of life. But when it comes to successes, it's very easy to get not big-headed, but big-headed. And someone will catch you off guard. So, for example, quick example, I like doing examples. I won 2 BDO comps. Now, you hear me mention BDO a lot because BDO was a big part of my crew's life. Code Crew, shout out Code Crew. So I won 2 comps, solo comps, you know, freestyle. I won the intermediate section. Then winning that, I was like, okay. Went into the advanced section, I won that one. And I was like, like, I didn't have a big head, but it made me think, I should be decent then, surely. So then there was a battle in Leicester at the Too Funky Cafe. I think it was called the Too Funky Battle or whatever. I went in there, I didn't have a big head, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I went in there thinking, look, these guys, look, I've been winning BDO comps, man. Little did I know, winning BDO comps doesn't really mean anything, bro, like, but I didn't understand that. So I went in there and there were mad dancers from all over, like London, just everywhere. Oh yeah! Hey. They wanna know where I'm being and yeah, I got humbled quickly. So those successes, I can't lie, they went to my head. But I took another loss and I learned a lot from that. I actually learned what style I enjoy, what style I really want to get better at. You know, I tried, for those of you that don't know dance, I tried a style called popping a lot at that comp. But from there I realized I wanted to really, because I love doing hip hop, and that's where I realized I wanted to take that route. But yeah, I think that wraps up the vids. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Hope you got all I was trying to say. The main point is to embrace failures in all areas of our life. You know, I've just talked mainly about dance and applying for jobs, which is kind of is my life. But in all areas, wherever that may be, you can literally apply to anything. And it's just about being aware, because people know about failures and people do learn, but when you become aware of it, you don't take it to heart and it doesn't bring you down. They should really be used as learning experiences. So, you know, it's not a loss, it's a learn. Do you get me? So yeah, that's the end of the vid. Thank you for watching. Hope you took something from that. And boom, I'll be back.